I'm fully in that guys in the NFL are the biggest conspiracy theorists on the face of the earth.
I'm gross. Yeah, no, there's like 5 or 6 conspiracies
they do have the Illuminati showing up at the Super Bowl and stuff. So.
Not wrong. It happens. Like the pyramids. How did those get there?
Well, folks, welcome back to another episode of the Bellied Up podcast. I have Charlie here, and we have a very special guest, Mr. George Kittle. You may know him as the star NFL tight end. George, glad to have you on the podcast. Yeah.
Hey, thank you, boys. I'm happy to be bellied up with you guys.
It's an honor, yeah.
Very excited.
And also, I got to shout out that tattoo, Hobbs, Kelvin Hobbs.
I appreciate it.
Favorite book of mine.
Sorry, I learned how to read as a kid.
Was Kelvin Hobbs?
Yes, literally. I love Kelvin Hobbs. I'll try not to swear.
No, you can.
Charlie in high school had to do a book report, and that's the book he did it off of. So
I actually did my forensics on a Kelvin and Hobbs thing. On window panes, the icy frost leaves feathered patterns criss and cross, but in my house, the Christmas tree is decorated quite festively. And that's where I'm done. That's it. Yep. That's it.
I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Oh my.
So yeah, you're welcome. No big
good.
deal. We all have skills at this bar.
Yeah.
You know.
I
Yeah.
learn something new about you every day.
Yeah. I've been waiting to pull that one out. So it's just waiting on this
Inspiration.
tattoo.
Just waiting on me to show up.
So were you lifting today?
I was. Yeah, we had a nice workout. We had a lower body lift and some linear speed work afterwards.
Oh.
Well, yeah,
Trying
Charlie.
to get fast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
Charlie,
I get that.
When Charlie and I are on the road, we like to get our linear speed work in.
Got to
as
unhitch
well.
the trailer a little bit, you know, get a burst off the ball, you know, just stuff like that. I had a good group today, some of the boys, and I had to get out there quick. They were all playing. I have a Nintendo 64, so all the boys play Super Smash Bros. Or NFL Blitz as soon as workouts are over. I missed my reps today, but I'm here with you guys.
We used to call that back in high school getting mental reps. So you
Yes.
guys are still putting in the work just on NFL Blitz. Don't get any wise ideas.
There's some hardcore penalties in that game. I don't know if that would fly in today's game. They did just make like the slime thing illegal, which I don't know about that, but hey. it is what it is.
Yeah. Why'd they make that illegal?
I don't know. My guess is someone outside of football was doing it, and then the NFL thought that was not appropriate.
Got it.
It's a kids game.
Yeah, I don't.
It's a kids game played by large, sweaty guys being very violent to each other.
Large grown men.
Yes.
You know, when you like do something, you get a big hit, you know, or you catch a really tough pass like that backwards against the Packers.
Yeah, you like that one. That was a good one.
Friggin' pissed me off. But when you
the more you can do that, the happier I am, because the sadder Charlie is, the happier I am.
It's fair. Who are you a fan of?
I don't really have a team. I grew up in Fargo, North Dakota.
He's a saboteur. You know, he's a naysayer. Whatever your favorite team is, I
am a Hawkeye fan though, so go Hawks.
Hey, go Hawks, baby.
Okay, go Badgers.
I was born in Madison. So.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, when did you leave?
6 years old, but I was born on a football Saturday when Wisconsin beat Northwestern like 72-0.
All right.
Yeah. I was born in the hospital right across. Like my dad could see the game from the hospital.
No kidding.
That's pretty sick.
Oh, that's really cool. I mean, you got them prime seats that day. You know,
I really did. You know, I was pretty. My dad actually he had a police escort to the hospital because it was game day. Traffic. He's like trying to veer around. Finds a cop. He goes, "Hey, my wife's pregnant. Her water just broke. Can you help us get to the hospital?" And he's like, "Yeah, I've heard that 1,000 times." And my mom's in the back seat like, "Hey, help us out."
He's like, hey, come take a look. Trust me.
Just take a peek in the back. So they got a police escort in, and then so I was born on a football Saturday in Wisconsin.
Oh, that's badass.
I grew up Ron Dane's my favorite football player all time.
Oh, no kidding.
Ron Dane.
I served him a drink once.
Did you?
Yeah, I was his bartender. Not his, but a lot of people. But he came up. Yeah.
No, his personally.
Yeah. We'll go with that.
Oh, I have like every Ron Dane jersey still. I got to get a signature, but
Wow.
I think I'll pull off that one at some point.
That's really cool. Yeah, I bet you could. I bet you.
can make a couple
You should
calls.
do a jersey swap with him.
That's so sick.
Yeah.
I have both of his Giants jerseys, home and away. Number 27, Ron Dane.
Wow.
Yeah,
Look at that.
Charlie, we should have done a jersey swap with him.
Oh yeah, I played football too. 8th grade, the junior Spartan.
The junior Spartan.
I was a split end.
Ooh,
Yeah,
okay.
second string and third string quarterback.
I was also a third string quarterback.
Were you?
Yeah.
See, Hobbs it up, man. You
I
like
thought
that?
you played left out.
I did play left
Damn.
out in baseball, Miles.
That was
See what
horrible.
I mean? See, this is the shit I deal with on this podcast. It's
it's-
unfortunate.
No, it just pushes you down, man.
Are you like what I was saying when you make
Yeah.
a big play?
Yep.
Are you trash talking or are you Midwest nice out there? Be a Midwest
Both.
guy. You're doing both.
It depends on how the person I'm playing. There are some guys that go out of their way to talk a lot of crap.
Oh yeah.
And so if those guys trigger me at all, then I will then in response talk crap back to them.
Okay.
But a majority of the guys will just be like, sick catch. I was like, thank you so much. I'll see you next play.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll see you next.
Yeah,
play.
I'll see you next play, man.
Yeah.
But I would say it's 50-50. And then like the longer I've been in the league, the more people that talk crap to me.
Oh,
Which is-
well, you're up there now.
There-
So you're a big target.
I'm going into year 9, which is kind of crazy for me. So it's been a while, but I'm thoroughly enjoying myself still.
That's great.
Yeah, Midwest nice in the NFL. You just like pancake a guy. You're like, oh, sorry about that.
Oh, my bad, dude. Was that
do
my
that.
fault?
Let me help you up here.
I always help the guy up after I pancake him.
You do.
Because I think it's almost more disrespectful.
Yeah.
I think maybe a
The
little.
passive aggressiveness of the Midwest right there.
It
you know?
really is.
That's
Oh,
good.
Learned that from your Aunt Kathy back in the day.
I have an Aunt Kathy.
Do you?
I do.
That's cool. I do too. Yeah. See?
Hey,
Hey, Miles.
I don't know if I have an Aunt Kathy. No, I don't.
Maybe a second.
I got lots of aunts and uncles, so
I have my mom's side. She's one of 10 girls.
okay. Hey,
no.
mass produced.
Mass
Yeah.
produced. No boys. 10 girls. It's pretty impressive. My mom's number 7. Aunt Catherine, I think, is number 9.
The baby.
Yeah, she's my godmother, actually, too.
Oh, wow.
She's an absolute stallion.
Shout out to Aunt Catherine.
So not to like one up you or anything, but Charlie is one of 12.
But it's mixed, though.
What
Girls
is
and
it?
boys.
Yeah,
Girls
yeah.
and boys.
But
Oh, it is.
But-
But my mom,
impressive.
she had 9 brothers.
That's crazy.
9 brothers, 1 sister.
Wait, so
I have 8 sisters.
you have your mom's one of 10?
My mom's one of 11.
One
I'm
of
one
11.
of 12. My dad's one of 7. A lot of.
That's crazy.
no, but the best part is listen to this shit. Tell them what your 2 sisters' names are.
Okay, so there's Andy, Charlie, Billy, Betsy, Maggie, Eddie, Mary, Kate, John, Emily, Nora, Bridget, and Mary Ellen, who we call Ellie. But there's a Mary Kate and a Mary Ellen. That's 2 Marys. They both have the same birthday, February 23rd. Same name, same birthday.
How many years apart?
They are. I'm not that good of a brother, but once.
Within like a couple years?
Yeah. So one is
fair.
Andy, Charlie, Billy, Betsy, Maggie, Eddie, Mary Kate. One is 7. One's number 7. The other's number 12.
Oh my.
That's how they're saved in my phone
Dude,
by the
God
numbers.
bless your mother.
I know. She's
Good for
done
your
the
dad.
Lord's work. Yeah. Yeah. He had a good job, you know.
Congrats on the sex, Mr. Berens.
Yeah. I'll tell him. I'll let him know you said that.
What an absolute savage.
Yeah, I know. Just getting after it and a
what
lot
you do
of
in the
kids.
Midwest.
Yeah, it is what you kind of do, you
Well,
know. Was your mom Catholic?
No, she was not. My grandma has not missed church once. She's 102.
Wow.
She stopped driving like 3 years ago too, which is crazy. Small town Iowa.
Mostly because the car just broke down and she was like, I don't know if it's worth it to buy a new car at this age.
It's incredible. But yeah, she hasn't missed church probably since she was born, and just always believed in. She was like, hey, I'm going to put good people out in the world, so I'm just going to have a bunch of kids. I was like, you're the best. I know-
That's great.
Her name's Grandma Lou Jean, but we all call her Lucky.
Grandma
That's a-
Lucky.
that's
Yeah,
a
Grandma
great
Lucky's
name
pretty
for-
solid.
That's an awesome nickname.
Small town Iowa, Grandma Lucky. It was fun too. Like 2 years ago, I got her out to a Niners game, and it happened to be on her birthday, and so the whole stadium sang "Happy Birthday" to her.
No kidding.
That was a pretty cool.
sweet.
What a
highlight.
moment.
Yeah.
All the other grandkids are like, George. How are we supposed to compete with that?
That was a tough one. Because I was in at halftime, and like as we were walking out, I just caught like the tail end of it, and like they had her up on the jumbotron. I was like, that's pretty sick.
Oh, that's cool.
That was really fun.
Oh man.
Oh no, she had a great time. She's like, oh yeah. I know. So my grandma's been to 3 games, and in all 3 games, I have over 100 yards, and we win.
She gotta come
She
to our
is lucky.
games.
Yeah, I know.
is lucky.
Grandma, you got to keep going. We need you, especially in the playoffs, please.
Did you grow up in Iowa hunting, fishing, doing anything like that?
Fishing. My mom was not a big into hunting, and so like I was into guns, but more so into guns now. But I was big into fishing, and then me and my dad would always go out to Colorado and like we'd hike mountains. Like that was kind
that's
of
cool.
So we're always big outdoors, loved camping. all my cousins and stuff, they were all big hunting and stuff like that. I never really got too much into it, but I do still appreciate it.
Fishing though, what's the biggest fish you ever caught?
Ooh. I don't think I have anything that impressive. Me and my dad would just like go on a canoe and just catch whatever was like in the little, what was the lake in Wisconsin? In Madison.
Well, there's three, Monona. Nice.
Yeah, we would just go out there in like a canoe and just catch whatever it was.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Good for you guys.
Yeah, we thoroughly enjoyed it. I do have a stock pond at my house out here, but like my biggest fish is maybe like 6 inches at the most.
Oh, out of that pond of yours? You wait a little bit. It'll come.
Well, it was crazy. We had it is a monster. No, we had like 2 years ago, there was like one of those crazy rainfalls. It rained 8 inches in less than an hour. And so my pond's at like the bottom of a valley. So all their water rushed down, it rose up and it busted the dam out. And then I lost like literally 8 feet of water. So like half the fish are just gone.
Oh, bummer.
So I got to fix that one up. Yeah. That's a tough one.
Yeah. You can't win them all.
Can't win them all. It's still some fish though.
I just caught that. You said, damn, that was funny. In
He's
retrospect.
punny today.
He is punny. He's getting
he's
after
on
it.
fire.
Full dad jokes today.
Yeah.
So growing up, small town Iowa, you said?
Yeah, I was all over Southeast Iowa. We moved around a lot. Like I lived with my 100-year-old grandma at one point, Lockridge, Iowa, which I don't think you guys can find. You know where Mount Pleasant, Iowa is? Hour south of Iowa City.
Okay.
Oh, sure.
I was all over Southeast Iowa. So we're, small schools, homeschooled for a couple times. It's thoroughly enjoyable.
How easy was high school football for you?
Ooh. So this is fun. I went to 3 high schools in 1 year.
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yep. So I was at the Iowa City Community School District from like 6th grade until my sophomore year. Played football my sophomore year. My dad and the coach there didn't get along very well. So my dad's like, I don't want you to play for this guy. He transfers me to his alma mater, Cedar Falls High School, which is like where the UNI Panthers play in the Unidome. I was there for 3-4 months, and then my dad got a job at Oklahoma for football because he went to college with Bob Stoops. And then I spent the last 3 months of that school year at Oklahoma. So I was in Norman, Oklahoma for 2.5 years, which is a culture shock if you're from the Midwest.
Yeah. A lot of tornadoes in Norman, Oklahoma,
Holy
too.
cow, dude.
That's Tornado Alley right
That
over
was
there.
Tornado Alley. Very different than the Midwest, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. But high school football, I was good. I was a solid player. I was a scrawny wide receiver. I was a good free safety. And then I never played tight end though until I got to college. So just kind of had to learn that one.
You go ahead, Troy.
Well, I was just going to say, like where did I go wrong in my football career where I went from being a third string split end? When did you know that you were going to be a professional? Did you have it inside of you?
Oh, I think I always was confident that I was athletic enough. I would say the light bulb didn't really go off for me until my redshirt junior year of college.
Okay.
That was literally it was like a spring ball. Light bulb switched, and I was always super athletic. I was fast. I could block people, but just something wasn't clicking. And then all of a sudden it started clicking for me, and then I was like, yeah, I can definitely do this now.
Yeah.
So, but my first 3 years of college, I was not a very good football player. I will say that.
Okay. I should have just kept going. That was all I did.
Yeah, you just quit too early.
Yeah, you just kind of push through it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if you've got the athletic ability for it.
Yeah, there's still time.
Yeah.
There's still time.
There is still time. How old are you?
I'm 37.
Oh, you're younger than Aaron Rodgers.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just start brushing up on
Quarterback. Hot.
Well, no, you just got to do an ayahuasca trip.
That's it. A little ayahuasca.
You need to unlock the inner NFL player.
That's all it is about.
There's got to be a dark closet in here we can stuff him in for the rest of the show.
There is
Darkness
actually
retreat.
right underneath the bar.
I can't tell you how long I've been wanting someone to suggest that.
Really? Really,
It'd be
Miles?
really fun.
Good Lord. Who's going to carry this show if I'm not here? Huh?
Yeah, one of these guys got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be fine. Don't
Who do
worry
you
about
think
it.
would last longer in a darkness retreat, me or you, Charlie?
Honestly, I think you're kind of turned into a little Buddha ever since you got a kid.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, he is. He's way calmer now. This
down.
guy used to, last we left him, he was just smashing beers at Lambeau Field and couldn't make it up the next morning. And
was
then,
bad.
then all of a sudden he has a kid and now he's reprimanding me.
There's something about dads need to be there for their kid and not be at the bar. This whole thing.
I like how you put those in quotes.
Yeah, these rules just come out of nowhere.
90% of parenthood is just showing up. It's this whole thing. My wife's always on her high horse about it.
Oh, that's good shit.
So growing up in the Midwest, now you've been all over the place. What is the biggest differences you think between the Midwest and other parts of the country?
Ooh. Dude, the one thing that I cannot get across enough is going from like University of Iowa to San Jose, California, how nice the Midwest is and how people go out of their way to help each other. Mm-hmm. You do not find that in other places. Like they're still kind people. I just sort of like, it was a culture shock for me to drive my truck and stop at a stop sign, wave at somebody, and they just look through my soul and then they just cut me off and drive in front of me. I was like, all right, that's how we're doing this. Like, and it's like, I still wave at people every time. I get a response 3% of the time. And my wife's like, why do you keep doing that? I'm like, someone's going to respond. And the person that does is going to make my whole day.
Yeah.
And that's like the number one thing though. It's just like the Midwest nice thing is just, it's not everywhere. But like, yeah, just like people just going out of their way, people holding doors for you. Like the awkwardness, like you're 15 feet away and they're holding the door waiting for you. That doesn't really happen in California.
Yeah. Is there like a nice guy in the NFL that everyone says, oh, that guy's really nice? You know, you play against him, he's really nice.
I think a lot of offensive linemen get that tag. There's a lot of really nice offensive linemen. I would say, I think people think I'm pretty nice.
Because offensive linemen are kind of a different breed of human, aren't they?
They really are. I mean, they're just giant, cuddly teddy bears that are 6'6", 300 pounds that can rip your head off.
It's a weird dynamic.
It's a super weird dynamic. But all they want to do is hang out with the boys and drink some beer and watch college football.
Ah, that's good.
Which is pretty fun. And we play a lot of bocce ball out in California, actually, which is pretty fun.
Oh, you guys are bocce ball.
There's like actually a sick bocce ball court right next. It's like 3 minutes from my house where I live. And so I just host events there all the time. And they have outdoor courts, they have indoor courts. And it's also like a 4.5-star Italian restaurant, which is just a random thing to be on top of a bocce ball court.
Bocce, is that an Italian game?
I have
bocce.
It could be. It's called Campo dei Bocce, and I have a great time there, I will say.
More side quests from you. I like that. So you're like a pro bocce ball player. You think after the NFL you might go down that road?
All right. Well, so I'll give you this story. This is pretty funny. So a couple years ago, one of my teammates, he always hosted the Special Olympics at this bocce ball arena, and he signed with the Denver Broncos, Mike McGlinchey, and he hit me up. He was like, "Hey, can you like step in for me and like kind of host the Special Olympics bocce ball tournament? It's kind of just a fundraiser, and you just got to show up, say hi. You can be there for 10 minutes, and you can leave." I'm like, yeah, sure. I'll do it for you. I show up. It is not just a show up for 5-10 minutes and say hi. That is I was like, dude, Mike, if you actually did that, you look like you're not a nice person. So I had the first year I was there for like 3 hours. I played bocce ball. I'm with all like the Special Olympians, and how they do it is like you pay so a real estate company would like pay however much money to be a bocce ball team to play in the Special Olympics tournament. There's probably like 3 teams of Special Olympic athletes, and they're just playing. It's like a round robin, basically. And so this past year is my second year hosting, and it was me, another tight end, a wide receiver, and then my tight ends coach. And we won the Special Olympics bocce ball tournament.
Wow, dude! Congratulations.
Which is
that's freaking.
And
awesome.
So in my defense, in the playoffs, I only played people who had paid to be there, right? So I'd only played like a real estate, a restaurant. There were no Special Olympians that I played against.
Okay.
Okay. I did not. In the round robin, we did play one team and we smoked them. But I will say this: the year before, I played against the Special Olympians and I got whooped 3 games in a row by 3 different teams. I was like, I'm just not good at this.
That was the villain origin story.
It was.
Though.
The next year we came back, and so it's a Wednesday, Thursday night. We don't I have nothing the next day. And so like me and like the guys we're with, we just start drinking beers, and we get through the round robins. We get through the first round of playoffs, like not even thinking about it. And they're like, hey, you're on to the quarterfinals. And we're like all 8 beers deep. I'm like, let's go for it, boys. Yeah. Let's see if we can win it.
Yeah, is bocce ball a lot like golf? There's a sweet spot of beers.
There's a sweet spot. But it's like the nice thing is it's like you literally just stand there and you just toss.
How does it compare to cornhole?
It's very similar. Except your target could be 20 feet or it could be 40 feet. So that's about the only difference. It's nice too, because if you hug the wall, it'll roll off the wall so you can steer it a little bit and stuff like that. I'm not a very talented bocce ball player, but we're solid. But I've gotten into bocce ball, and then my other thing I'm big into in Nashville is curling.
Oh, you're
I
a curling
love
guy.
curling.
They got a curling club here?
Yeah.
Charlie and I did a podcast at a curling club in Green Bay.
We're not so bad ourselves, actually.
I love curling. I'm
Yeah.
actually down here. Jared Allen, who is trying to go to the Olympics for curling, he goes to the place that I go to as well. I would say it was 2 off seasons ago. It was me, TJ Hawkinson, Rob Tunyon, and then Trent Taylor, wide receiver. And we were in a men's league. Well, it wasn't even men's league, a beer league. And we finished fourth place out of 12 teams.
Wow.
Nice.
First time ever curling. So
No kidding.
I was pretty pumped about it. It was pretty fun.
So, like, after the NFL, I mean, could we see you in the Olympics curling?
You and Jared Allen in the
That
Olympics would be
that would be a dream. That would be an absolute dream. Yeah, that's something I haven't played a lot this year, but my goal is actually this week to get out there and start throwing the rocks around.
Throwing the rocks. That's what you call you and call it
was gonna call
sliding
them
the rock.
stones, so
yeah,
that's
Stones or rocks.
Okay.
Stones or rocks.
Are you good? Are you good stone thrower slider? Or are you good broomer?
Ooh. See, that's the one problem about playing with NFL athletes. No one wants to broom. No one wants to
really?
sweep. We're all
Well,
pretty,
you all prima donnas,
we're all
yeah.
pretty lazy when it comes to the sweeping. It's like, go. And like, none of us really know what we're doing when we're sweeping either. It's like, no, you got to sweep on this side. I'm like, I don't know if that really matters, dude. Like,
Yeah,
it just is what it is.
It's going where it's
just
going.
toss it.
I
Give it
do
a little
wonder
spin.
that about curling. I'm like, how much is the sweeping actually doing?
They say it's a ton, like depending on where you start the sweep and stuff like that. I'm just like, I'm not good enough to know that yet. So let me get the stone in the middle, and then we'll go from there.
You sweep like me in my kitchen and just kind of like brush it underneath the little hangover where the cabinets are.
Oh, yeah,
so
I
it's
know
just
that
out
one.
of the way.
Yeah.
Under the fridge.
Couple of sweeps to the left.
Under the fridge,
doesn't matter.
How much
Ice cube
stuff?
falls on the ground. You just kick down underneath the fridge.
That's someone else's problem.
I just feel like the first time they went curling, there was somebody's little brother, and I was like, "Let me go." I was like, "No, you're the sweeper." You know what does that mean? You just take this broom and just go sweep
Just
in
go
front
down
of, but
there.
don't touch
Don't
it.
touch it.
Yeah.
Don't touch it. Goodness gracious.
How many times have you ended up on your ass out there on the sheet of ice?
I think the first time we played, I felt like I'd say 2 times. After that, I'm pretty set on it.
Dialed in.
The NFL lets you do that. The 49ers let you do that.
Curling, yes. I think they're not too worried about that. Like, I mean, Hawkinson tore his ACL and he was like doing it a couple months later.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was like, and Hawkinson's a freak athlete. I will say that he's good. That dude's good at everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was an all-state golfer. He's really good at curling. And he's really good at football too.
So did we just like uncover the underground?
Tight ends curling league.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm a huge fan of it, dude. It's just fun. And the whole thing is encouraged to drink beer.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you want me to throw it in a nice cold air conditioned area and drink beer? Okay.
Yeah. Sold.
Twist my arm. Please let me do it.
Well, hell yeah, man. So do you? Should we take some callers now or what?
I'd love to.
I'm excited for
I'm
this.
gonna take my hoodie off because I'm sweating.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You had that big workout in.
It's warm today.
I'm sweating too, but I'm trying to cut weight. So,
This is Evan. How's it going?
Evan, going good. Where are you driving?
Oh, just driving into Oregon from Washington here.
Oregon from Washington. Are all the windows down?
No, it's just my truck. I put you on the illegal way to talk on the phone, but it's fine. I'm almost to where I'm going.
Anything for good sounding audio on this podcast.
Fair.
Yeah.
It's very fair.
You
Gotta
can
keep
go.
it top quality. for
You can
guys.
go back to hands free.
And if you get pulled over, just put the cop on the phone. We'll talk to him.
We'll talk him down unless he's a Seahawks
Talk him
fan.
down. Talk him down. I appreciate that.
So
I
Evan,
appreciate
you
that. Here,
got
I'll put my headphones in.
yeah, there you go.
You're good. Keep talking.
You got Miles Charlie and you have NFL tight end George Kittle on the line. Ready to dive into some stuff with you.
NFL tight end who?
George Kittle.
Well, I don't watch football, so I don't know who that is.
Oh, for God's
That's
sakes.
even better. Phenomenal.
So this is actually just George.
Yeah, just call me Greg.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Greg or George?
Whatever you want to do, man.
How's it going today?
Good. So you wanted to talk to us about a little bit of a question you had about a couple 2 Tree beers. Is that correct?
Yeah. So I was debating this with my sister the other day. I was talking to her on the phone, and I was at the bar. And I was like, well, I'm having a couple 2 Tree beers. And she's like, are you having 4 or 6? And I was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, that math checks out. A couple 2 beers, you're having 4. A couple 3 beers, couple 3 beers, you're having 6.
Yeah.
I think that's a good debate.
It's like when you got it's like when you're playing cribbage, and you got 3 of a kind, it's 6, right? Because you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, and then combine there 5, 6. You play like
15, 2, 15, 4, pair for 6.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. I gotta get you a cribbage board. Holy smokes!
I was just playing the other night.
No,
Were you?
I think the best response to that is you tell your wife you're having a couple 2 tree beers, and she thinks you're only having 2.
Yeah.
Or 3 beers.
We're not here to.
She was like, I thought you only had a couple 2.
We're not lying to our wives. We're just explaining it in terms that she might not understand.
Yeah, because it becomes a choose your own adventure.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
So if you have a couple, you're saying you're doing the first part. If you have a couple 2, you're doing 4. If you have, you didn't lie the whole time.
No, there's no lying. She just didn't take that class in school.
Yeah, it's just the beautiful.
Exactly.
Now the other question is this actually a math equation? I don't know if you guys how well you know math, but is there parentheses in there somewhere?
Oh,
no.
Wow.
You start dropping the letters.
Is the 2, 3 on the inside of the parentheses, and then the other 2 is on the outside? So 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 times 2. Are we talking 10 beers at this point?
This is a My Dear Aunt Sally joke right now, right? Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Now we are talking.
Well,
I have no idea. You made this way too complicated.
I didn't do very good in math.
yeah. That's okay. Your language arts is getting you through this with your gal here. But yeah, that should solve it. If you're saying a couple 2, 3 beers, that could be anywhere from 2 to 16. I think, and there's
exactly.
Yeah, there's a way to figure that out.
Yeah, she's like, I thought you said you were only having a couple beers. You're like, honey, you forgot about the parentheses.
Yeah.
The couple tree.
Let me show you how it works. Go to a whiteboard. I said a couple 2 tree. So a couple parentheses 2
parenthesis
tree sideways 3 times 2. That's 3 times 2 is 6. 2 times 6 is 12.
And that is what
up to 12.
The math is actually crazy in that.
It does kind of work, right?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
We can make, depending on where you put parentheses, you can make those beers be any number you want.
We're going to get like the Silicon Valley guys on this.
Yeah.
And that is what you call guy math. You've heard of girl math? This is guy math.
Girl math.
This is guy math. 100%.
George, okay.
Girl math.
Well, hold on, Evan. George said that girl math is scary. It seems like you have some trauma there.
I was at a wedding yesterday for one of my teammates. He was here in Nashville, and a group of there's 5 or 6 of my teammates were in town, and the girls were talking about girl math, and they're like, yeah, like once you have cash in her wallet, it's already out of the bank account, so it doesn't even count anymore. And they said girl math, and like 4 girls are like, oh, that's how it works. I said, oh no, oh dear, I'm taking your debit cards. Like, absolutely not.
That one's scary with my wife because she's a hairstylist, so she gets paid cash all the time.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well, hold on.
With those antics.
Oh no, don't tell her. Don't let her listen to that.
Hold on. So you married a hairstylist. Is she go in the category of crazy hairstylist, or is she in the minority of normal hairstylists?
She's in the minority of normal hairstylists. She has a lot of gossip that's thrown her direction, but she takes it down to earth pretty well.
Okay. All right. Does she work with some crazy hairstylists?
Yeah, she does. Well, she used to. At this old place, there was a lot of crazy. At this new place, it's mainly the older gals there. There's nobody that's super young at the place she is now. So they're all pretty down to earth at this.
Do you ever go in, like, does your wife cut your hair, or do you ever go in there and sit around for a while?
Payment's a little different for me, but I go in there for
Whoa,
what do you mean by that?
You have a mustache?
All right,
this is awesome. This took another turn. I love it.
But yeah.
But so
she cuts my hair.
Is the hair salon is that still like the place to hear like local drama and is to find information from the hairstylists?
Yes, especially in this town. If you don't see it on our Facebook locals group, it's usually on comes back in the hairstylist.
Yes.
What's the talk of the town right now? Who cheated on who?
Give us some tea, please.
Well, we got. I mean, not really much who cheated on who. There's some drama in there, but I won't go into that. The main talk of the town is we got a bridge that's the access off that has been falling apart for the last 10 years. And so they'll come out and put a Band-Aid on it, and then 2 weeks later it's falling apart, and everybody talks about that. Bridge
that actually just
in
happened.
disrepair.
That just happened in my town. I live in small town, right outside of Nashville, Tennessee, and we had a bridge that I bought my property, and a month later they closed the bridge because it was one of those Band-Aid things. They kept doing it. It took them 2.5 years to fix it. It is now fixed, and it's a beautiful, glorious bridge. But because of the 2.5 years that was out, my drive to Nashville, so it takes me about 25 minutes to get downtown. It was now 50 minutes to get
Holy smokes.
I mean, at that point, you might as well just get another car, put it on the other side,
I'd park it,
and then
a
just
boat.
get a little boat to go across.
I should have done that.
Yeah.
I should have found you guys sooner.
How deep is
You
that
should
river?
have called into the
Not
belly.
deep.
You should have driven right through it. Could you have?
It was very rocky, is what I would say.
Get a side by
Well,
side.
that's good traction.
I do have a Kawasaki.
There we
Do
go.
ya?
Me too.
Wow.
There you
I
go.
don't.
You can get one.
Jeez.
If
Kawasaki
you hit
and
it
golf
fast
carts
enough,
Really?
all over my
you
property.
hit it fast enough, you don't feel it. That's
What
my answer.
are we talking about? Bridges still?
Well, anything, I guess, if you hit it fast enough, you really don't feel it.
You hit fast enough, you don't feel nothing anymore.
That's how my wife drives.
You don't
I was
feel
like, watch out for that speed bump. She's like, what speed bump? She's going 40 over it. You just go right over it.
Some of those speed bumps are scary too.
You know?
They're dense.
Back to the drama at the hairstyles. I don't know if I've talked about this on this podcast before, but the gal that will cut my hair also cuts my mom and a lot of the other family members. So I actually viewed this as an opportunity to start changing the behavior of my family.
It's fair.
So I don't know if the word's getting to him yet, but I'll intentionally say something about some of my family, knowing that she's going to gossip to them
That's great.
to then try and change their behavior.
This is
you know?
Inception.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
Yeah, that's a good idea.
wildly.
Yeah, haircut lady. My mom, I tell you what, she wants me on holidays to show up at like 8 a.m. and I don't want to. I'd rather show up at noon, and so it's just the worst. Knowing that she's gonna talk to my mom and maybe do it passive aggressively.
That's
like,
solid.
I think honestly, like the mornings, if people are well rested, it just makes for a much better Christmas. Kind of a thing like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you tip the hairstylist
Well,
enough,
I don't think we should.
maybe
meet up
she
for
would
Christmas
steer
this
that
year.
for you.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
We could, of course, also just be direct.
No.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't even believe the words as they were coming out of my mouth.
That was so dumb.
What? No, we don't do that.
The tricky part is with you guys, if you're talking to a third party, which is a hairstylist, you can do that. But my wife does the hair of my mom and family and everybody else, so there's no third party.
Yeah.
It's just all the same talking points as everything else.
How would your wife feel if you got a haircut from a different hairstylist?
Ooh.
Ooh, well, I got my hair cut before our wedding in 2020, and she hated it. So, yeah, about that.
That's fair.
We went to the fancy place where you can get whiskey, get a face massage, and everything else.
I kind of what kind of haircut do you have? Like, is it just like a buzz cut, or do you have like a nice haircut?
No, it was a glorious mullet before the wedding.
Ooh.
And then I cut the mullet off to be professional for the wedding, and I think that's what upset.
Oh, so she liked the mullet.
She loved the mullet.
Is the mullet back? Or
And then
no?
I just had her. No, well, actually, I grew it back, and then I had my wife cut it pretty far off. It's still kind of a mullet. It's just a little tiny guy now. But we got a kid coming on the 16th is our date.
Congrats on the sex.
I figured, yes, that is. That's from the payment for the haircut.
There it is. Finally got to the bottom of it.
Oh, that's what he meant.
Full circle. Full circle.
Full circle. So we got a small one coming on the 16th, so I figured cut it all short so I can let it grow out for the next year.
Yeah.
And then I'll have a glorious mullet again.
No, good for you. Good for you. Right when your child's making memories.
Exactly.
Because as we all know, the mullet ages well every time it's back in fashion.
It does.
It does.
It does. The unfortunate part is my ID picture looks like I'm a porn star from the 70s.
Why is that unfortunate?
Yeah.
That sounds kind of awesome.
That's a power move. When the cop pulls you over for illegally talking on the phone, you whip that bad boy out. He's going to be like,
Oh.
sorry, I stopped you.
Yeah,
Sir.
my bad.
Continue on.
No, I did. Do you need a beer, sir, for your drive home?
Yes, indeed. So where are you guys talking to me from today?
We're in Nashville. We're out Luke's
Nashville. I like Nashville.
32 Bridge. Yeah, we like it too.
We're at Luke Bryan's bar right on Broadway,
Yeah.
just hanging out, looking at the people walking down
Nice.
at the street.
A lot of bachelor parties out there.
A lot of bachelorette parties.
Even
Oh, I
for a
bet.
Monday morning this morning, I saw.
Bachelorette. Yeah,
It was
not
packed
bachelor.
when I pulled up. It was crazy. I was like, it's Monday afternoon and people are just getting after it. I love
That's
it.
what they say about Nashville, the city that never sleeps. That's what they say.
Yep,
Do they
never
say that?
sleeps. I like Nashville a lot. We went there about a year ago.
Yeah?
Good place.
What'd you guys do?
Yeah. Just drank a lot.
Good for you.
Listened
That's
to
fair.
some country concerts.
What was your favorite bar you
Did
went
all
to?
that. Unfortunately, my wife's a big Morgan Wallen fan, and we didn't get to go to the Morgan Wallen place because it wasn't open yet. But
Ooh,
they were all pretty good. I think we kept going back. Can't remember which Kid Rock.
Kid Rock's
I think that's like
solid.
the 3-story one.
Oh, yeah, the big honky tonk.
Yeah, big ass. It's right across the street from us.
Yeah, we're right across from it. That's a solid one.
And there you go.
That's
Yeah,
all-
we went to all the bars down there. The hardest part was we were trying to find a line dancing bar, and we had to go way out of town to find one. What's up with that?
There is one actually. I can't remember the name of it, but I got in there when I came down here on spring break when I was 19 years old, and I somehow had a fake ID that they let me in with.
Oh, wow.
And I was line dancing, which was pretty fun.
Nice.
Did you have facial hair then or no?
No,
Wow.
I looked like a baby. I would
Baby
say that.
face.
Yeah, I had a buzz cut with no facial hair. A lot different than the full ginger beard and long hair.
Yeah. Well, there you go,
The
kids.
full
If
ginger
you're looking
beard.
for a place to test out your fake, come on down to Nashville.
And that's a George Kittle certified tip.
I wouldn't try Broadway. They're very strict. Oh, thank goodness I'm 31.
Yeah, I tried
My
Midtown.
unfortunate part when I turned 21, none of my friends were 21, so I was the beer depot for everybody. That's actually how I met my wife.
Did you upcharge on that, or did people like give you $20 to buy a 24 pack and it was like $22 and you were out $2 every time? 'Cause that happened to me a lot.
No, I just made everybody buy my beer.
That's
So I'd
fair.
be
Smart.
like, here's the Venmo me $50, whatever it was, and my beer would be in there. So
Wait,
I drank for free.
How old are you?
It was a good payment method. I am 30.
Oh, great. 94, baby. What's up? 93.
Yep.
93 as
94.
well.
Nice.
Let's go, dude.
87. What's up?
Nerd.
Back when mullets
Where's your
were
walker?
still in fashion. Where's my walker? You shut the fuck up.
That was great.
Yeah, I hope your ass gets pulled over for talking on the phone.
Yeah, what road are you on? We're calling the cops.
Yeah.
I'm parked now.
Oh,
I'm where I
okay.
need to be, so we're good.
You're at the hair salon?
Are you parked by a lake, maybe?
No, I wish.
You parked out by a lake?
Speaking of fishing, you guys like fishing.
Yeah.
I'm not parked down by the lake. I've done that a couple times, though. Just on work, stop for lunch break at some scenic place and be like, why do I want to go back to work? Don't really want to go back to work.
Where do you work that you
No.
can just not go back to work?
I'm a manager at a construction company. I manage all of our GPS equipment.
Sounds about right.
Fucking
That tracks.
Yeah, no,
that adds up.
that's very easy to believe.
So,
feel like we
the
saw that
couple
coming.
2-tree beers math, tough. That math that we just experienced, easy. That's 1 + 1.
Yeah, it was. That was simple.
Yep, exactly.
A lot
yeah,
of
you
window
guys,
time
go
for you
ice-
today.
Lots of window time. You guys go ice fishing all the time.
Yeah.
I've never experienced ice fishing, but I went fishing the weekend before last for springer salmon in
Yeah.
the Columbia.
Yeah.
Nobody caught fish on the river that whole day.
Damn.
That's a tough one.
Were you
And I
fly
didn't even bring
fishing?
beer to catch a buzz
You
Bummer.
didn't?
off a boat.
No beer.
You did it
No
wr'd
beer.
So, like, what do you,
I
what'd you
know.
guys
So,
do?
so real quick, like, in football,
That's why I didn't catch any fish.
in football, that's like, your offense puts up 0 points and your defense gives up 30. You go in the next day and you're like, hey, how do we get better, guys? There's some simple things. Like, you don't turn the ball over. You just bring beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Simple,
I mean,
simple math.
Just bring
Like,
beer.
Yeah.
Just bring beer. The fish
Nope,
will come.
I'm never going fishing without a case of beer again.
Just maybe pour a little beer in the water next time, and the fish will come right up.
It's like chum. You see that?
Yep.
You didn't even need to check the tape. We already knew what we saw.
Yeah, that's good scouting and coaching right there, boys.
That's very good.
That's great.
I've been skunked every time up river in the Columbia, but every time I go out to the mouth of the Columbia, I usually do pretty good.
Well, get back to the mouth.
Where exactly in the mouth do you usually go?
Like boom, and almost the ocean.
Get that brackish water.
Yep, that brackish water. We went down to Tillamook Head, which is 20 miles south of the mouth of the Columbia, and we caught 50 bottom fish in like 15 minutes.
No kidding.
And then came back up, pulled our crab pots up full of crab, and went on in. We were out fishing for 4 hours.
And you
pretty good.
got your limited crabs, and that's good.
Nope. We had to dump 2 pots out.
Wow. Good for you guys.
Yeah. We nailed it that day.
Yeah. You got man with the crabs. That's what we like to hear.
Man with the crabs. How'd you guys fare with all them crazy storms you got over there?
It was wild, man. We had Saturday night, we had 80-mile-an-hour winds, and then just thunderstorms all the way through. You know, I live up on a bluff though, so like I'm pretty safe except for the lightning strikes, I would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of flooding. All the bridges were kind of underwater in my area, and
Yeah.
But it was very interesting. My sister actually, she has a cabin, and it's like probably 100 yards off of the South Harpeth River, and the river flooded, and so like I said, it's about 100 yards away. In the morning, it was 10 feet off of her back step.
Oh man,
crazy!
Wow.
And thankfully, she lives like right on top of a little hill, so like it just got up to the hill and got about halfway up. She has like wood steps that go down halfway up the steps. But now it has since lowered again.
Oh, that's good.
It was kind of wild to see that, though.
Cool to fish from your window, but
That would have been
to a
kind of fun.
degree, yeah. Get yourself a nice displaced
Damn near
bass. or
fishing in your
something.
basement, which wouldn't be good.
Yeah, no,
you don't want that.
want that.
But we don't want to talk about those storms anymore. All that is water under the bridge.
There it is. There it is. Oh, holy smokes, we got a picture.
That's my sister.
Wow.
The river's supposed to be by those trees.
Oh my
Holy
God.
cow.
It was crazy.
That's insane.
More small town Pacific Northwest
That's the
drama
new
is we were
Bruce
supposed to get some tornadoes
crazy.
and some thunder and lightning 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And everybody was storming the stores, buying all the toilet paper like COVID was starting again.
Oh,
And,
really?
we got 3 strikes of lightning and rain.
So nothing.
We don't get anything exciting here. Nothing. Nothing at all.
Well, maybe
Nothing
next time
exciting
you'll get a
happens
doomsday style storm.
Yeah. We'll send that
Maybe
your
one
way.
day. I was kind of excited.
Yeah, we'll send that your way. You can have it, please.
Sounds good.
Well,
Copy.
we appreciate you calling in, man. This is great, and thanks for pulling over for us. And what do you do when you get back to work? Just sit in the car with the AC on and scroll on Facebook, or
Yep.
what?
Yeah, I got to go down south further to look at a dozer, and then
Just look at it.
scroll some Facebook probably.
What drives up? Yep, the dozer's here. Well, that was another good day of work.
That looks great.
Yeah, yeah. I'm looking at it right now. It is a dozer, so
It's exactly what it is.
Yes.
you can tell it's a dozer by the way that it is.
So we should grease that thing.
Honest day's work right there.
All right, you boys have a good day.
You too. We'll
You as
see
well.
ya. You know, a guy calls up for a simple question. Got him on the horn for 15 minutes.
was fantastic.
Classic.
Yeah.
Very classic.
He was a nice guy.
Very nice,
He's a nice
dude.
guy.
We covered a wide variety of topics.
We
with him.
really
You
did.
got to keep up on this podcast. You
Holy
just-
cow.
You stick on something for too long, you're gonna get left behind.
Yeah.
So-
Hairdresser drama, fishing, construction.
Just the tip of the iceberg with that fella.
Wow. I kind of want to get his wife on the call now.
I know. Yeah, that's what we always should get the other side of the story. Like
That's like a whole nother podcast.
It
the other
is.
side of the story.
The other-
The other side of the bar.
the other side of the bar, and we're just
Oh.
bartenders taking calls.
But like we're mic'd up and we actually have to bartend while
Yeah.
we're doing it. It's just the worst podcasting in the world.
Oh my goodness. That's funny though. I'm in.
That's
Just
not a
fair.
bad idea.
You ever heard of the word relentless? Yes or no? It's a yes or no question.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Do you know how to spell relentless?
Yeah, it's relent and then less.
No, Charlie. It's Nicolet. That's how you spell relentless. And that's what you get when you hire Nicolet Law.
Oh, now I get what you're doing.
If you're fighting an insurance company, you're going to get a relentless lawyer to constantly be fighting for your side.
Yeah.
When you give a call to old Nicolet.
And he looks cool with the sun goggles on,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah, he's relentless, but also he's kind of chill about it, you know?
Kind of chill. Big beard.
It's like, whatever. I'm just going to be like relentless on insurance companies today. It's like not a biggie.
Chill with us so he can be relentless with them.
Mm-hmm. I like a lawyer who works hard and plays hard, you know? Who's relentless in the courtroom and chill at the bar.
Yeah. He's relentless with the insurance, and then at the bar, he's less relenting.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. There we go. We
figured it. Yeah.
We found it. So, guys, if you want to go full relentless mode on an insurance company and you want a guy who's going to fight for you tooth and nail, give Nicolet Law a call.
Hand and screw. Give him a call.
Yeah, give him a call.
Hello.
We did it.
Hey, we finally got together.
Chad, is this Chad?
This is Chad, your favorite Rocket City redneck. How you doing, boy?
Oh, yes.
Doing good.
Buckle up.
You're a hard man to get a hold of.
Well, I try to stay that way, you know, for the ladies.
It's fair.
Man of mystery. So for those that don't know, we've been trying to get a hold of Chad for about 3 months now. He's big timed us a couple times, but here we are. Chad, you got Miles, Charlie, and NFL tight end George Kittle on the line. Chatting it up with you today.
Hi, Chad.
No way, George Kittle. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Man, I'm phenomenal, man. Just want to talk to a rocket scientist.
No, absolutely not. That's way above my pay grade, guys.
Oh, that's no.
What do you do?
No, we're gonna sell that to everybody.
Okay, well, let's sell it then. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm a rocket scientist, baby. Let's go.
Chad, what do you actually do at NASA?
I'm a CNC machinist.
What's that mean?
I make the parts that build the rocket.
That's still pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty cool.
Like what parts?
It's gotten me late a few times.
Oh.
So right now, yeah, right. So I'm on the Artemis project right now.
What does that mean?
Which is the original moon missions was called the Apollo missions.
Yeah.
And Artemis is the twin of Apollo because NASA names all their stuff after Greek gods for some reason. So we're going back to the moon.
Nice. What are we going to do there?
Yeah.
Well, some people would say that this would be the first time we land on the moon.
Oh, here it goes.
And look at his ears, Pierre. I've talked to a few guys in the NFL, and I'm fully in that guys in the NFL are the biggest conspiracy theorists on the face of the earth.
I'm gross. Yeah, no, there's like 5 or 6 conspiracies
they do have the
die on.
Illuminati showing up at the Super Bowl and stuff. So.
Not wrong. It happens. Like the pyramids. How did those get there? No one's moving those stones.
You watch YouTube shorts like I do?
Dude, there's like 3 conspiracy theorists on TikTok that I'm obsessed with, and I just can't get enough.
Which are?
The conspiracies or the guys who talk about it?
Oh, they're guys. Okay. So he knows a guy.
There's just 3 people I literally follow them, and me and my wife before we go to bed sometimes we'll just watch like 6 conspiracies. I'm like, oh no. Another one. Actually, I just saw a fun thing on TikTok. It was our friend group has conspiracy theory night, and there's like 15 people show up, and they all bring a conspiracy with a PowerPoint, and they explain it to all of their friends.
That's awesome.
And I was like, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I want to do that. My friends might take it too far with some of those, but I'd have a good time.
Just turns into arguing with each other. Yeah.
100%.
I personally don't believe all the conspiracy theories, but I mean some of them. Like,
What's your top one?
Okay, so I firmly believe we did not land on the moon in '69.
I love it.
And you work at NASA. Oh, we
drama.
got it, dude. We got the scoop. A NASA employee does not believe we landed on the moon in '69.
So think about it. I think we did land on the moon, but I think we faked it because we wanted the Russians to back off. They were like, oh, America beat us. We don't have to rush it now. And then these guys are like, yeah, you stupid commies. And, we beat them to it.
That's good. That's a good thought process.
I like that. Yeah,
I don't hate that at all.
Not bad.
And I'll just chime in here and say that as a guy who's been to Fargo, North Dakota in January,
They could have filmed it there.
they could have filmed it right there. Craters, just nothing.
Really good at,
Yeah, you just do it right there at night. I could see it. Put a little green screen behind. So what are you building to go to the moon now?
So right now I'm working on a part that they're having a lot of trouble with the air coming off the boosters hitting the main rocket is causing the main rocket to basically vibrate the astronauts to death. So I'm building some no, we don't want that at all. So I'm building some fins that's going to channel the air in a different direction to where, our astronauts can get up there and get back down safely without, I mean, some of the women may like it, but, the guys, they're...
I have never been more confident in our ability to land on the moon than this moment right now.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Chad, do you build it and do you design it and you come up with how to design it, or do people give you the plans and you just build it?
Oh, they give me the plans.
That's checking
That's what
out.
okay.
All right.
I was just curious.
Chad, it's starting to become clearer and clearer that you don't work at SpaceX.
Oh, God, I would never work at SpaceX.
What's the beef between NASA and SpaceX?
Well, SpaceX doesn't pay their employees jack squat, man.
Sounds
really
about
don't.
right.
And they work everybody who started with SpaceX, nobody works there anymore. Not one single employee that started with SpaceX works there.
Well,
that's crazy.
Chad, you better watch your mouth, because before you know it, your job's going to get hacked away by the guy from SpaceX. You be careful now.
Well, hey, man, I got much love for Elon. I think he's doing a great job, but, I think he knows how to make money. I'll give him that much.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. What's the Tesla stock price at right now?
I have no idea.
Very topical joke, Charles.
Are you talking about the burnt ones or the good to go ones?
I don't know, but let's talk about this moon situation. So, what are you guys going to do when you get on the moon? What's the mission?
Well, I personally think that we're trying to get to Mars. That's the ultimate mission, right? Let's get to Mars. Let's make our species an interplanetary species, right? Well, it's a hell of a lot to launch a rocket from the moon than it is.
Yeah, that is true.
Oh, wait, he's cutting out.
Hold on.
Get to the moon, where we can start.
You cut out. You're saying that it's a lot easier to launch a rocket from the moon than it is from Earth?
Yes, I firmly believe it's a lot easier to get to Mars. It would be a lot more cost efficient to launch a rocket from the moon, than it would be from Earth. Plus, you can land the rocket back on the moon easier as well. Less gravity, no atmosphere to worry about.
Yeah. So moon is kind of that's your
hub.
Your hub. Yeah, your layover spot. Your O'Hare.
Yeah.
It's a space dock.
Yeah, space dock.
Hopefully it's more efficient than O'Hare.
Yeah, that's true. Do you guys believe the lines at the moon today? It was ridiculous. I sat on the crater for 5 hours. Ridiculous.
The line at Starbucks was crazy.
And it actually is Starbucks. Yeah.
Stars.
I use my Starbucks to pay for Starbucks, and it's an arm and a leg.
Good dad joke there.
Are you guys?
Dad joke
Is
there.
NASA racing against SpaceX to get to the moon and then to Mars?
No, we're kind of all partnered up now.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, because NASA was getting a lot of heat. They're actually getting close to. Yeah, funny. They were getting close to actually kind of shutting the doors, and then this guy had a brilliant idea. He's like, "Why don't we bring in private companies to invest in space, and we'll partner up with them?" And that way we keep the doors open and we can achieve our dreams even faster.
Do you work with Jeff Bezos too on what is it, Blue Origin or whatever?
No, there is. I don't work with him, but we have Blue Origin is here in Huntsville as well. and they've got a test center out here on the base where I'm at now. So
nice.
I get to see a lot of those guys. It's pretty cool, man. Yeah, I get to do some cool ass shit for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's some cool ass shit until something goes wrong when they get up there and you're like, oh shit.
And that's where we get all.
Was it the deflectors that I was working on?
That's
I was a little hungover that one day at work. Oh God,
Chad, do you know anything about what was the story a couple of weeks ago about the astronauts that are trying to get back to Earth?
We got them back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they came back.
Wasn't there a conspiracy about them getting back though? It was like
I have Kittle. That's your cup of tea, brother.
That is. Like someone said that the astronauts had already made it back because you can see the flight log. A helicopter launched from like that NASA station, flew out in the middle of the ocean, dropped off the astronauts. So then people thought that they came from space.
Though? Like,
I don't know, man.
Conspiracies, like, why?
My thing is why does everybody have access to these flight trackers that they can see every single flight at all times?
That's true.
Like
That's
the people that track Taylor Swift's jet everywhere they go, or the Kardashians' jet everywhere they go. Like, why is that just public information all the time?
Well, I think pilots.
It would be weird if you could just track someone's car.
Wouldn't it be?
But I mean, pilots have like an app. If you're a pilot, you have an app that shows where all the planes are because they all. So there's a lot of rich people with planes. There's
a lot of rich people with planes.
Yeah. So if you have that,
and
then
there's also a lot of flying clubs for not rich people who, partner up with people to get a plane.
Are you
so that even opens it up even more.
Oh yeah. Yeah. People are just, and soon we got flying cars coming. Seen that?
That's true. That is true. Hey, George Jetson was born last year, so if you go up the timeline, so
Did you see the flying Ubers that are going to be in China? I just saw a TikTok about this. They've been green lit, so they can literally start this year, and it is like a 2-seater with 4 propellers on each propeller on each corner, and like they'll be ready to use. Like it's past all the laws, and they've been greenlit, and they'll be flying people starting in China like sometime this summer.
Wow,
gosh,
they passed all the laws. I wonder how they did that in China. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. You know what? Checks out. You're good to go. I don't know if I would ever get in one of those things.
Yeah, it's just a drone, basically. At that point, it's a human drone.
Yeah, there's no driver. It's just a drone. You type in where you go, and it drops you off. I'm like, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Have you ever flown a drone?
I do have a drone.
Have you ever hit a tree with it?
I've clipped a tree.
Yeah,
but
that's why I don't think I'm gonna get.
But I recovered.
Did you?
I recovered it.
Wow.
It's still safe. You know the fun thing about the drone. The fun thing about drones is there's a setting on it just on your phone, and you can just turn off the max height.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say that I've ever done that.
I have not done it, but you can do it. It literally says notification. This is illegal. Do not do this. And I would never do that.
No,
but I thought it's a fun feature.
That's insane that you can just do. Like people are worried about all these different ways. Like we think about all the time we spent going through TSA, taking our shoes off, getting spreading them and whatnot. And then meanwhile, there's
George is like, I haven't taken my shoes off in TSA in years, Charlie. You're living in 1990.
My TSA pre-check did expire, and my wife didn't tell me.
Oh no!
So we got our TSA pre-check together, and it expired. It was like it was like January 2023. I'm in the middle of the playoffs, and my wife renews hers. She renews hers, and she goes literally the next day. She goes, "Oh, did you renew your TSA pre-check?" I was like, "No, was I supposed to?" Like, yeah, it expires today. And I was like, "Oh no!" I was like, "When did you do yours?" She goes, "Oh, I did mine a couple weeks ago." And I'm like, "You didn't want to tell me that you were renewing your TSA pre-check?" And so then it wouldn't let me renew it, and I went a whole off season and year without doing it. And my wife would be like, "Oh, you have fun going through security while I do TSA pre-check."
She wouldn't even sit with you.
Roles reversed. If I had and she didn't, I feel like I would be going through normal security the whole time.
Yeah.
So no, I did. This last year, I finally got it redone, so I now have my TSA pre-check back. But that was inconvenience.
Wow.
I thought about putting in my bio having an airplane next to my name, and then just putting pre with a green check mark, just so everyone knows where I stand.
That's kind of sick, actually. Yeah. You should do that. That'd be funny.
Do that too. We start a whole club.
Oh, that'd be funny.
You do it first. How about?
No, you first. Get the podcast to do it.
So where are y'all guys drinking at today?
We're at Luke's 32 Bridge in Nashville. Just waiting for you to come on by.
I'm sober, but I'll come say hey.
Yeah, come on, say hi.
Yeah, come on down. We're just at Jason. We're at Luke Bryan's.
I got sober because no matter where I look, I can't get Tippy Cow down here, guys.
Oh, so you got sober because you couldn't find Tippy Cow.
You're like, why is it even worth it?
You know?
That's worth it.
I believe that.
Smart guy.
Well, we're just glad that you're sober working on those rockets now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, me too. I'm pretty sure the astronauts are as well.
Is that why all those vibrations were there? Because when you were doing it, you were just shaking a little?
It makes sense. I mean, you put two and two together, it does. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, glad we got that fixed up real good.
Yeah, but one thing we do need to fix. When you think of, hold on, guys. When you think of the Apollo mission, when you think of like NASA and launching rockets and stuff, what city comes to mind?
Houston.
Okay, and what's the other city? Where do they launch the rockets
Florida.
Somewhere in Florida.
We build the fucking rockets here. Nobody knows Huntsville, Alabama exists.
No one knows what?
And nobody knows that Huntsville, Alabama is even like where we built everything that goes to the moon.
Yeah, you're saying you guys do all the work and then Houston takes all the credit.
Houston, we have a problem.
Exactly
that is true though. You can't have it.
Big problem.
You can't have it both ways though. You can't get the glory and then take none of the blame when something goes wrong. Houston took that from you guys.
Yeah,
so.
Nobody's saying Huntsville, we have a problem.
Yeah. So
Chad's basically, he's an offensive lineman.
Oh no, my boss says it all the time.
He's an offensive lineman. He doesn't get any of the credit.
That's right.
Yeah, Huntsville is the offensive lineman of the rocket industry right now. That's great.
Yeah, and Warner Von Braun is our quarterback. We straight up stole that Nazi.
Well, listen. Is there any other conspiracies that we should be aware of as it pertains to NASA and the moon before we let you go?
Yeah, what about them aliens, bro?
Oh, yeah. Do they exist? They're here?
Absolutely. Yes.
100%.
Who's the alien?
Who's the alien? Well, you got one of them in the White House right now.
This is fantastic. Let's dive deeper into that. What do you
I mean, if you had to think of like an alien, and if an alien rose to power, who would who are you going to think it is?
I mean, I've seen Men in Black, so I know how this works,
Okay. Yeah, that's a very accurate movie, by the way. It's like it's crazy how accurate they got that.
I know.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not.
I don't think he is. I think this is dead serious
I think
right
he
now.
is too.
Oh man, no. Yeah, I would love to, because we will have a base on the moon within the next 20, 30 years. I mean, that's my dream, man. I want to be the first machinist in space.
That's
Wow.
sweet.
I love it. That's a sick dream.
Hey.
All right, we got to bookmark this. Chad ends up on the moon. We hear to hear first.
You're going to belly up on the moon?
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll have a floating
Chad.
boner.
In-person interview
Yeah.
on the moon. Well,
Heck yeah, let's do it, guys.
I said
Let's
dreams
take
of playing
30 years
football.
from
You
now.
have dreams of going to the moon. That's
Yeah.
kind of sick.
I mean, yeah, that's
Damn it.
That is a big dream. We just got to remember to dream
Could
for
play
the
in
moon.
Space League some year. That actually is a great idea.
I'm still
All the guys when they get old on the moon, you're lighter, so your joints don't hurt as much. You
Oh,
can play
yeah.
longer. You could join the Space League in 20 years.
We got something here, guys.
And then
you might be onto something, bro.
And then the Lambo Leap, it can be the one giant leap for
The mankind leap.
yeah, exactly. There's some in there, and then stands. It's just aliens,
Up 2 stories.
All right, we got to cut to commercial break as we wait for him to come down from the leap.
Right now.
Oh, Chad, you've been special, man. This has been really fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, heck yeah, man. Next time you make it to the Super Bowl, send some tickets down here to Huntsville, Alabama.
Maybe like a preseason game. Those are cheaper. We'll work on it.
Yeah, the Super Bowl tickets are going to Houston. Huntsville getting preseason.
I'll get you a pass for the next year's Senior Bowl.
I'll take it, man. That's in Mobile, so I mean, it's just down the road from me.
That's easy for you.
Well, Chad, we're glad that we were finally able to get you on the phone. Keep doing good work, or I don't know if you're doing good work, but I hope you are. It was great talking to you, man.
Good talking to y'all too, guys. Look out for deer. Say hey to the folks for me.
Sounds good.
Real good.
Yep.
That's awesome. Thanks, Chad.
Aim for the moon, Chad. If you miss, you'll land amongst the stars.
If you miss, you're just going to spiral into the emptiness of space forever until you
If I miss,
suffocate.
it's Houston's fault.
Yeah. More space junk.
Chad's like, Houston, we got a fucking problem again. I'm spinning through space. This is not good.
Shit.
Have a good one, man.
Watch out for space
See
junk.
you guys.
Thanks,
See ya.
Chad.
Wow.
That was
I'm glad we
enjoyable.
finally got Chad on the line.
Not a dud.
No,
that was great.
He gave us more than we even envisioned. You know, we got aliens, we got the moon landing. Is
he
fake.
going to get in trouble for any of that?
Probably, man. I hope his name's not actually
You know how
Chad.
great for this podcast if NASA like cease and desist this episode for us.
Just talking about all their plans. I love it. Thank you, Chad. I learned a lot.
I mean, he was talking about how the rocket wasn't right because it was vibrating too much. You know.
I don't know if that's public knowledge, but now it is.
Now it is.
Yeah.
We got it. We got this. Just turned into an investigative journalism podcast, just like that, dude. It was that easy.
You never know.
You never do know.
I also like how he was like, Kittle. I don't remember what he said, but that was great.
Kittle, that's your cup of tea or something
That's
like
all
that.
me. I love it.
The problem with Doomsday Shelter, especially for a guy like you, guy like us, you know, we're nice guys, right? So if
Super
Doomsday's coming, it's like, oh no, after you. Yeah, I insist. No, have yourself some
on
sardines.
down.
We got plenty. And then it's going to end with the door being shut and me being outside with a bow and arrow trying to kill the robots, you know? That's how it's going to go.
The nice thing about that is I've had that conversation with my wife, and she's from Dubuque, Iowa. Is Midwest nice. She has a much shorter fuse for people, and so she would gladly. I'd be like, hey, we need one that has a little bit of size for it because my sister lives a couple minutes away. Her parents live a couple minutes away. And I'm like, we should have space. And she was like, why? All we need is you and me down there. I'm like, you don't think if something happens, like our family's not going to, she was like,
You gotta
that's
remember-
their problem. I was like, oh my God.
She is made for the apocalypse, man.
She's made for it.
You got to remember that's the in-laws.
Oh, that
so
is that's her parents. So I was like, oh my gosh, okay.
Yeah, you're
we
left.
know that you love them.
I love them. They're my favorite. Actually, my father-in-law he's my property manager at my house.
Oh, nice.
I have 81 acres, and I'm in Nashville 6 months out of the year, and so it's like it's hard to have 80 acres that are unwatched.
Correct.
Yeah.
So my workout facility that I built is an old horse barn, and there's like a 3-bedroom apartment attached to it, 2-bedroom apartment, and he just lives up there.
Yeah, grounds
great.
crew. I
Oh,
love
it's
it.
phenomenal. I got him a Bobcat.
No.
That dude just drives everywhere, making paths, digging stuff. He loves it. He's having a great time.
I have him build the bomb shelter, you know?
Dude, he built like half my football field. My field, it was on a hill, and so he had to dig 11 feet down into
my
this
God.
hill to make it flat. And he probably dug 6 feet of it until he hit limestone. But like he probably put in like
I mean,
a couple hundred hours.
that's like every guy's dream is just digging a hole.
Yeah.
That's what he did.
I
was
told these
amazing.
guys I wanted to do a YouTube page called Miles Moves Dirt. And it would just be me like in a skid steer, just
Moving dirt.
no plan, just taking a pile of dirt and moving it over here. And that'd be it.
I think you'd have a lot of viewers. Honestly.
Yeah. Especially if you did it really good, you know, like those people who watch you like power wash a driveway or something.
The guys who cut lawns.
Yeah.
SB mowing. Oh yeah.
SB
Yeah.
mowing.
Yeah.
That dude's a savage.
So you're a big SB mowing fan?
I watch so many of those. It's just like the sound of it. It's just like soothing, I would say.
Yeah, and it's great that he puts it in 2 times speed.
Yeah, it's so nice. He just flies through it.
For me.
It keeps you interacted. You're like, okay, all right, on to the next thing.
Yeah.
On to the next thing.
Okay, yeah, get those trees. Those are pissing me off too. And there's sometimes he cuts down a tree. I'm like, you could have kept that
Yeah,
one.
that
That
was a
one's
nice
looking
one.
kind of nice.
Does he do all that in like Wichita, Kansas? That is like, so
It's like you think you'd run out of overgrown lawns.
How many how many lawns are there that need his help?
Well, he starts planting them, once he gets it, he starts throwing the weed feed out there.
I respect that.
Yeah. You got to think ahead with
He's
these
a hustler.
He's doing the rotation. It's like crop fields and everything. Got to let it rest a couple years before you get back after it,
Dude, he's incredible.
Yeah.
He knows so many lawns.
Got some right here. I don't know if
Probably my hoodie.
Oh, you got it.
Thanks.
It's gone. It was fuzz.
See, that's a nice, that's what a friend does.
See, Miles saw it too the whole time.
I couldn't see it.
Oh, it was on my side.
So like if someone has something in their teeth, you would say something to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm at a Pro Bowl a couple years ago, and
Not to brag.
humble brag, just to set the stage. And we have a practice, and these practices are very low key. It's kind of a fan interaction thing. And afterwards, there's like a line of media, like 50 yards. And so you do like 20 interviews, and they're very bang, bang. Like you're just very quick in and out. And I get to about halfway through, probably like 15 people in, and there's a woman who's doing the interview. And so she's talked to at least 20 people, right? And I look at her, and she just has a huge piece of spinach on her front tooth.
Man.
Like the whole tooth is covered.
Oh, no.
And I looked at her, I was like, hey, I just want to let you know before we start, you have green, your lettuce in your tooth. And she was like, what? I showed her a photo, like I just selfied her. And she's like, oh my God, like I ate lunch 30 minutes ago. And I look at her cameraman, I'm like, bro, say something to her. And he was like, I didn't want to throw her off. I'm like, you can't use any of those interviews now, dude. What do you mean?
She's walking around looking like Lloyd Christmas.
I felt so bad for her. I was like, I know about the 15 players that walked through and didn't say a word to her.
Oh my God.
I'm like, come on.
Well,
That's
see, that's the move right there. That's a PSA for folks out there. Always let people know that they got some in their teeth.
You'd rather be mildly embarrassed for like 2 seconds than go back and not be able to use 30 minutes of interviews.
Yeah. And if you're the guy with some in your teeth, you're never saying, why would you tell me that?
No.
Afterwards.
No.
You're like,
Same with the fly down thing.
Oh,
There's a 10-second embarrassment thing, but then you're like, thank you.
Thanks, man. Not have to worry about it again until I go to the bathroom again. You're going to have to remind me again.
Some pants these days, too, the fly is coming down automatically. Yeah. They got either that or my memory's really going. I got some early on set, or they're changing the way pants work.
They're changing it. The zippers, man. Lower quality.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
They just don't make zippers like they used to.
They don't, and that can get you into a lot of trouble if fly down in the wrong context.
That's not a good one.
No.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Well, George, we appreciate you coming on the podcast.
Yeah, man.
This
has been super fun.
I had a fantastic time, boys. That was really enjoyable.
Yeah.
For sure.
Drink beer and talk about conspiracy theories.
Yeah, we got it tough.
Yeah. It's a tough life we live here.
About to go home, call my wife, and be like, "Oh, I just had a long day at work.
The bar was a little warm.
Yeah,
I was sweating."
Well, man, we appreciate it as always. Thanks for coming on, guys. Thanks for listening to another Bellied Up episode. Make sure you tip your bartender, and we'll see you next one.
See you on the next one.
The moon landing.
Oh, you're gonna be on the next one.
Think about it.
If you guys are in Nashville, I'm always there.
Nice.
Let's go.
Nice. Awesome.
Oh, hey there. Hi, how you doing?
Oh yeah. Well.
Well, I suppose.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no.
Nice.